This isn't really a good time, Dreg. What's needed? We go to the bastard's tomb. The only way to do that's to make it through the complex in the eastern end of the canyon. This isn't really a good time, Dreg. What's needed?
Time runs short. Let us speak quickly. It appears he is incubating in the Arathi complex at the end of the canyon. We need to make it through the tomb of Faragnos to get there.
Now is not a good time, but what do you need? It's in the Arathi complex in the end of the canyon. We'll need to use the tomb of Faragnos to reach it.
Curse it all. The testament was cleverer than I gave them credit for. From the look of things, this door will only open if someone is standing on the switch back there. We don't have time to break down the door. Someone is going to have to stay behind to keep this open. Very well. You have to keep going and stop Ferragnus before it is too late. I will be fine, truly.
We're still standing, and Feragnos has fallen. We struck a mighty blow here, Dreg, but the Testament's still out there, planning more atrocities, more murder. They won't try resurrecting this thing again, not under my eye. Now I'm getting out of here.
Feragnos sleeps the long sleep now, but I will remain here and bear the vigil over the Testament. The Olmain, she's fair to look at, to be sure, but I'd wager it's safer to take a greatsword into your bed than her. I don't know what the future holds for the Marchers, but it's my duty to make sure that Feragnos never gets another chance.
Still plenty of testament out there, Dreg, but I bet they're burning on the inside with that poison. It's calmed down somewhat, but that tomb of Feragnos is a beacon to the testament. Don't know if there will ever be true peace. Another justly for the harvest.
Welcome to the Oasis of Ingress, where the divine voice of Matharu touches all who are willing to listen.
Excellent! You have my thanks, child. Now, we can use the power of the Fellfire Bloom to begin the removal of this curse from our lands. We will, however, require your services once more to accomplish this. Will you aid us again? Seek an audience with the keepers of the crossing, and then administer the sample of Fellfire Bloom to the heart of this land. With luck, you will free this entire region from the Naka affliction. The restorative properties of the Fellfire Bloom will remove the Naka's affliction from the font of the crossing. The Summer Fae who live here are tied to the land, and the land in turn is tied to the crossing. You must invoke the Keeper's Right in order to reach the crossing. The first step is to challenge Pura at the Crown of the Sun to battle. You need proof that you have bested her to pass through Caer Alatha. Very well. Defeat Pura, and she will give you the Amulet of the Sun. Take the amulet to the keepers at Caer Alatha, and they will allow you to pass. At the bottom of Caer Alatha, you'll find the font of the crossing. Place the sample of Fellfire Bloom atop it. If our theory is correct, your help in this matter will finally free Ulcerund of the Naka affliction.
We've expanded the facilities as much as we can, I'm afraid. But look at how far it's come. It's quite a sight, eh? Truly a marvel of modern architecture, if I do say so myself. Here you go. This is the profit we've managed to make since you were away. Be careful out in the sands.
A child of dust? What brings you to the crown of the sun? The desert is unkind to mortals. Ulcerund is the last bastion of the Fae in Detir, one of the few places in these desert lands where we are plentiful. I do not wish to speak to you about Fae affairs, mortal. This place is older than your mind can grasp, and it will remain long after you are gone. They are summer Fae, but their minds have been altered. They attack any who travel the sands, be they mortal or Fae. I am the guardian of the Crown of the Sun. It is my role to watch this sacred place and see to the safety of the keepers in training. Florian told you of it. They must trust you implicitly. It is one of many sources of our worldly power. It is an almost limitless source of magical energy, closely tied to the essence of Ulcerund. They spent hundreds of years here in preparation of their duties. I am tasked with meeting their needs, ensuring they are ready. It will be several hundred years before the replacements for the current keepers arrive. Florian and the Circle sent you to access the crossing? It is highly unusual for a mortal to invoke a Fae rite, but your aura is most unlike a mortal's. Very well. Prepare yourself. Well done. You are a skilled combatant. It's no wonder you've earned the respect of Florian and his circle. The Amulet of the Sun is yours, and with it your right to descend to the crossing.
Welcome to Caer Elatha, mortal. We have not had visitors in a very long time. What do you seek? It is no accident that Caer Elatha is a place of great spiritual confluence. The crossing's flow of energy has influenced the landscape, shaped it as the ancients once did. Halcyon is my companion, and a revelation. I never in my lives spoke to a summer fae, yet now I see that winter and summer are not so different. Always dear Pura has stood vigil at the Circle of the Sun, awaiting the new keepers to give them direction. It was she who led Halcyon and myself to the crossing when we first arrived in Amalur. I am quite skilled at sage crafting. It is one of my roles. I will aid you if you require it. It is a nexus of energies, a place where magic flows infinitely. There are few such places on Amalur, and the Keepers are tasked with protecting them. The Keepers live to prevent use of the crossing by either Fae Empire. Its power is such that both Summer and Winter Fae have agreed to leave its power unharnessed. Yes, I am Winter Fae and Halcyon is Summer Fae. That is the nature of the crossing. A representative from both courts remains here for balance. I always distrusted the Summer Fae, but it is difficult to distrust your only companion. Over the centuries, Halcyon and I have grown to rely on one another. To deal with the Narca curse. If Pura has given you the means to pass, then do so. You should seek out Halcyon. He will assist you in this. It is where the replacement keepers go to prepare for their work at the crossing. When it is time for them to assume their posts, they enter into combat with Pura, as you did. If they survive, she brings them here, as she did with us. She is the guardian of the Crown of the Sun, and a powerful sorceress. But you have defeated her. It is no wonder Florian and the others of the House of Valor have come to place their trust in you. We Keepers routinely delve into the depths of Caer Elatha to make minute adjustments to the crossing, ensuring its power remains under control. Find the crossing, and Halcyon will undoubtedly be nearby. Take caution in these lands, mortal. Your kind is particularly susceptible to its dangers.
You should feel privileged. The crossing is not a place of mortal business. You are the first to come this far. That essence of Fellfire Bloom is meant for the crossing, yes? To cure this region of the Narker curse? I will not allow it. Florian, in all his wisdom, does not see what I see. That the crossing is a solution to this long winter. No Fey empire has ever risen so. It is not the way of things. I have been using the power of the crossing to gradually tip the balance of magic in favor of the Summer Fae in Ulcerant, but this had unfortunate side effects. The crossing is tied to the magical essence of this land, and so are the Fae of this region. My tampering has driven them to madness. It is a necessary corruption. Better for a few of us to be mad than to wait for this long winter to end. Perish. I cannot allow you to interfere further. The Circle of Engard must endure my curse for as long as it takes to end this long winter. Fare you well.
I see. Alcir's devotion to his king and court was more powerful than our friendship. That he would compromise his own kind to end the long winter is deeply unsettling. Perhaps in the end, he'd become Narka himself. You have my thanks. Please, take these. They are imbued with Fey magic, and should aid you wherever you may go. The crossing has changed. I can feel it. But whether it undid the damage Halcyon inflicted remains to be seen. Return to Florian and report what transpired. I serve the Unseelie Court. I was chosen to guard the crossing as the winter representative, to watch over its power during the long winter. Take caution in these lands, mortal.
Champion Engard, I can feel a change in the air. The taint of the Naka curse is rapidly dissipating. A shame it was caused by one of the Sealy's own. The Circle and I will take our leave. A small number of Naka will undoubtedly remain. We will reclaim our brethren and defeat what Naka are left. Thanks to you, perhaps Alcerund will recover from the Naka after all. We have waited long for the sons of Alcerund rest.
How goes the work? The monsters are dropping like flies, I hope. Very well. Just let me see how much I owe you. Well, There we are. All even. Would you like to continue helping me? I have refreshed your vials. Return when all 4 have changed color, and I will pay you. Remember, they will change color after you've slain 10 kobolds, 5 Kuruks, 3 Etten, and 3 of the Jotun. Good hunting!